Hey guys, today we'll start with the new methods of strings, which is more into translation methods. This method is specifically used to translate a particular characters in a string and replace it with the ones which you want. There are basically two functions in translation methods. One is maketrans and the other is translate. So let's start with maketrans. So this is the first method that you have to learn in order to translate a particular string. Now, this particular method creates a translation table. Yeah. So this method creates a translation table that contains mapping information of several characters. So it will contain the mapping of the characters that you want to translate. Now, this translation table is then used by the translate method. So the next method that we'll use, that is the method that will be used to translate those characters into the original string. Yeah. Um, to dwell deeper, the make trans method takes two strings. Okay, so it will take two strings, one which has the characters of from the actual string, and the other containing the characters you want to map. A one-to-one mapping is performed on characters in one string to their corresponding characters in another string. So what you need to note is both strings used by this method must have the same length. So the one with the original string and the one with which you want to map the characters to should have the same length. Yeah. So the syntax, let's understand the syntax of this particular method. So syntax is bold. Um, so the syntax is the string dot make trans. Yeah. And then you have the string that you want to map, uh, the original string that you want to map. Then you have uh, the translation string. Yeah. Then you have an optional string that you that is majorly replaced by none. Yeah. So this is the syntax. Yeah. So X is the string having actual characters. Y is the string having corresponding mapping characters. And the third is a string which is optional, but if passed, each character in the string will be mapped to none. Okay. So let's try out some examples by which we'll be able to understand this function better or this method better. So what we'll do is let me have a string called A-E-I-O-U. Yeah, I have the vowels A-E-I-O-U. Yeah, perfect. And then I have a Y string which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And I want to see output of the method of the string dot make trans X comma Y. Yeah. So this is X is my original string, which is A-E-I-O-U. Yeah. Oh, I need to pass out the string as well. So let me pass a string. String could be welcome to ISCAN analyze. Okay. So let's see whether it is able to replace it with AEIO, whether it is able to map. We are not going to replace anything, but we are trying to map this particular characters from X to Y. It will check whether E is available here. Yes, then it will map it with 3. Yes. So you'll see this 97. Basically, A is the binary character for A is 97. It is mapped with 1. Yeah. and E is 101. Yeah. So it is mapped with 50. 2. I is 105, which is mapped with 51, and so on. Yeah. So what it has done, it has created a mapping table. Now, if I try to use the translate method, translate, yeah, and I use the same thing which I have used to map the string, map the table here. Yeah, which I've got the output. Now what it does is it tries to check whether A, E, I, O, U is available in the string or not. Yeah. And accordingly, it replaces the relevant characters in Y in the string. Let's see what happens to the string once I run this. See this? So wherever it had a particular character, it has replaced it. So it has replaced E with 2, O with 4, which was the corresponding character to 4, O. It has replaced A with 1. Can you see this? So we check on the translate again in our next method. But basically, what you need to understand in maketrans is it creates this table of mapping so that you can use it to translate your string to a particular thing that you want to. Yeah. So this particular example, we saw that how we can use maketrans method. In here, we created two strings. Yeah. Then another string, which was an example which we used to translate it, which helped to produce the translated string. Yeah. So we use this method to translate the string, which we'll see in the next video. Yeah. Now, if we pass parameters together as a dictionary, what will happen? So if I try to have a dictionary in this, so let me have this as a dictionary. I'll say pass the parameters as dictionary. Yes. So what we'll do is we'll use dictionary as we know. So we created this dictionary. Yes. And again, we'll see the how the translation table by passing on the dictionary. Yes. And then we'll use again the translation method to translate. We are using the same example. This time, just that we are using a dictionary to translate the entire thing. So let's see what happens. Have I missed anything? Is one. Oh, so this is string, this is X, string dot translate. Oh, I need to put A in quotes since it is a string. It is a character, right? So we need to put this in quotes. Let's run this. Yes, we got the same output. string dot translate. We use str string dot maketrans x. Yes. And we got the same output. Check, I can analyze x. Yes. Let me put my dictionary. We need to put, okay, I missed this one as well. We need to have characters. We cannot have numbers in see. So these are the small things you need to understand on the concepts of Python, because we are transferring string. We said we can replace strings. If you remember what I've taught about in uh, this particular definition, it uses two strings. So it has this string having actual character and string having corresponding mapping. So it should be string, not numbers. Here I made a mistake of passing on numbers, which should not be the case. So I have replaced it by putting them in quotation. I have made them as characters. So I'll get the output as I have seen in my previous example as well. Yes, great. So this is how you can use dictionary as well to replace characters. Now, when we pass two strings with different lengths as arguments, yeah, it will give you a error. So suppose I use the same thing, but this time with length produces an error. Yeah. So let me make it so it is more than 5 characters. So my input string is 5 characters, but the replacing or the mapping string is around 9 characters. So let me see whether it is able to create the table. No, you see this? It gives me a value. The first two maketrans argument must have equal length. Yes. So since this is not of equal length as what it is supposed to map, hence it gives you an error. Yeah, so you need to remember this. So yeah, both the string has to have equal lengths. Let us try the same formula uh, with all the three parameters. How does it happen? So let me use the same example. This time, only thing that we'll add is a z equals to, I'll add any, yes, any special characters. Yeah, and I'll try to map all this here. So as I said earlier, if you add the third parameter, what happens is this is a string. Yeah, what we have added the third parameter as a string. It is an optional parameter. If passed, each character in this string will be mapped to none. So automatically the mapping for the characters in Z will be none. See this? So all the 5 characters which were added in Z have been mapped to none, wherein the initial 5 characters have been automatically mapped to the Y string. Okay. So this is how you can map the characters in a string and use translate. So let's directly jump onto the video and translate to learn more about it. In the meanwhile, I hope you understood how you can create a mapping table to translate a particular string. Hope you like this video. Do share it with your colleagues who want to learn Python. Um, do give your comments if you have more inputs or something to share about this concept. And do subscribe to my channel to get such more informative videos. Thank you so much.